At a grand gathering in a century-old estate, the air was thick with the understated elegance of old money. Amid the quiet laughter and refined chatter, a new face, Lydia, adorned in the latest fashion, tried to blend in her stories of extravagant travels and recent purchases. However, stood out starkly against the backdrop of subtle glances and knowing smiles. It didn't take long for the seasoned crowd to discern she wasn't one of them in the world of old money. Wealth isn't announced, it simply understood. This story perfectly encapsulates how old money families can identify those merely masquerading as wealthy. Let's explore the nuances that set them. Cultural heritage. A part old money's richness is not just in their bank accounts, but in their cultural heritage. It's about being brought up in an environment where art, history, and literature are as familiar. As family members, these individuals can often trace their lineage through history, connecting their ancestors to significant events and movements. They have a certain ease around luxury, viewing it as a norm rather than a novelty. When someone new tries to replicate this name-dropping artists or flaunting knowledge without depth, it often rings hollow to those steeped in this culture. Since spending habits. Childhood. The spending habits of old money are subtle and strategic. They often invest in heirlooms, art, and properties that have a story and a legacy. Their choices are driven by value, heritage, and longevity rather than the immediate gratification of flashy items. For instance, an old money individual might prefer a classic vintage watch over a brand new trendy one. It's this preference for items with a story and a past that often differentiates them from the fake rich, who tend to gravitate towards the latest and most expensive items as a means of displaying social networks. Wealth. The social networks of old money are intricate and deeply rooted. These are not merely friendships formed over shared interests, but bonds forged over generations. The gatherings are often understated, focusing on long-standing traditions and shared experiences rather than extravagant display play of new money individuals attempting to break into these circles often find it challenging, as their approach can seem too eager or transactional, in contrast to the effortless camaraderie that comes with years of shared education. History. Education for old money goes beyond acquiring knowledge. It's about continuing a legacy. They often attend schools that have been the alma mater of their family for generations. These institutions are not just about learning, but are breeding grounds for future leaders where connections are as important as education. Similarly, their careers are often in fields where they can continue their family's legacy, be it in business, law, or philanthropy. This seamless continuation of a professional legacy is often missing in those who are fake rich, who might switch careers or lack the depth of professional lineage. Lifestyle. The lifestyle of the old money elite is defined by quiet sophistication. Their homes are often heritage properties filled with stories and memories rather than just expensive decor. They prefer vacations that are about relaxation and discretion, often in places that have a family history. Their approach to philanthropy is also telling. It's less about public recognition and more about making a meaningful, often anonymous impact. This contrasts with the fake rich, who may prefer more public and glamorous expressions of conclusion. Wealth. The way old money individuals carry themselves speaks volumes. Their communication style is often subdued yet confident. They have an inherent understanding of the nuances of high society, from knowing how to navigate a formal dinner to engaging in conversation about diverse topics with ease. This natural demeanor is hard to mimic and often sets them apart from those trying to project an image of wealth without the underlying substance. Being part of the old money elite isn't just about the wealth you have, it's about how you've been brought up with it. It's a world rich in traditions, values, and unwritten rules that have been passed down through generations. These families maintain a sense of continuity and understated grace that becomes a natural part of their identity. As the landscape of wealth continues to evolve, these traditions become even more pronounced, making it easy for the old money elite to distinguish those who truly belong from those who are merely putting on an act. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you next time. Subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Also, let us know from which country you are watching this video.